Howdy, this is Marissa with Marisamoments podcast, where I give you my real life stories and their healing translations. So let's just get straight into it. I remember when I was in college, I had this work study position, right? And I worked at an art gallery. How cool is that, right? I basically sat at a front desk and then just kind of dusted and moderated and all those types of things. But I did get to learn a lot of awesome things about art and help hang the shows and even learn how to properly hang art, even though I don't necessarily apply it to this day, right? Because who has a light level? You know what I'm saying? Anywho, that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is I remember one time there was this one tribal-esque art show that was in the gallery at the time, because shows changed monthly, right? So I worked there for several years. And so, of course, I saw a lot of different exhibits, and they were some that were amazingly awesome and some were just awesome. You know what I'm saying? But it was all good. Anyway, back to the show. So there was this woman who came in, and I'm sitting at the front desk having people sign in like I typically do, and then just kind of walking around making sure like the garbage cans are empty, just typical things. That wasn't part of my job description, but I've always been the type of person that believed in going above and beyond whatever I was supposed to do, right? Regardless of if that meant that they were going to pay me extra or anything like that. That's just how I'm built, right? Anywho, so this woman, she's walking through, and so something in me, and whenever I say something in me, I gotta almost like italicize it in my voice. Something in me. Did you get that? Anywho, so something in me, also known as spirit, told me to go up over there where she was standing. And she's standing in front of this rather large piece of art. And so I just engaged in conversation randomly, right? Randomly, italicized word. And I just mentioned, oh, yeah, what do you think of this piece? You like it? And then I started to go into detail about the origin of the piece and what the artist was thinking and the implications emotionally behind the piece and all of these things, right? And you want to know what this woman said? And I'll never forget it, obviously, because I'm sharing it with you. She said, oh, wow, you do actually know something. Now, let's just take a moment to appreciate that statement, shall we? You do actually know something. Now, I could have been offended. I could have walked off. I could have scoffed. I could have called her every name in the book, but I didn't, which was quite accomplished for me in those days because I was not quite as healed or evolved as I am right now. Anywho, all I did was I smiled at her. I smiled, and then she had nothing else to add to the conversation. I recognized it. I felt it. I added all of the depth to what was happening. I schooled her. I gave her information that she was not even privy to. She now was able to have a backstage pass to something that she thought she was just going to be in the audience for, right? But that was something that I gifted her. That was my power in that moment. So in that smile, I knew I was in power. I was in authority at that moment. And then I just walked off and continued my job and continued the day. Didn't really think about it much more after that. Well, of course, it stayed in the back of my brain, because obviously I'm able to share it with you. But let's get to the translation part, shall we? Now, again, I could have went off. I could have done many things, but I didn't, because Spirit was giving me an awesome lesson in that moment. And in that moment, I wasn't even aware of what was happening. It was me claiming my power in that moment. It was me standing in my authority. It was me expressing the fact that I am more than just a pretty face, even though I am a very pretty face, right? It was me just taking control and domain or dominion, whatever the word is, of that circumstance. Now, people can judge you just based off of how you appear, right? People can judge just based off of what they hear about you. People can judge just based off of your past. People can judge just based off of anything and everything. And that's what we like to do as human beings, right? It's comfortable. It's cozy. It's like a warm blanket to judge at this point, right? Because it's part of our programming. However, you know what they say. You can't always judge a book by its cover. So that's why we must engage. We must give each other an opportunity to actually reveal those hidden gems, because we all have them, regardless of whether or not we are an air quotes nice person, right? Italicized nice person, right? We may project ourselves or exhibit ourselves or play our roles as being angry, mean, or, spiteful, whatever it might be, right? But deep down, we all have hidden gems. We all have something that we can offer to this world. We all have something that we can offer to one another. But if we are so stuck and bent on those prejudgments, those preconceived notions, then we'll never be able to get to that beauty. So just ask yourself, who are you prejudging? What are you prejudging? What are you creating a blind spot for in your own life because you're just not open to receiving? What are you not giving the world an opportunity to present to you in such a beautiful way on a silver platter? Because you never know when your general admission can turn into VIP. Mic drop. I do my own sound effects because y'all not sending in donations. Anywho, and that's it. So if this message resonates, then that means it's for you. And if not, that's cool too. Just keep it pushing. Either way, I thank you for listening, and I wish you the best day ever. Until next time, you know the vibes. Peace. And by the way, don't forget to follow me on all of social media. I'm basically everywhere that you probably shouldn't be. But remember, when you look me up, it is Marissa Moments. And that is Marissa with one S, not two, because there's only one me. And when spirit moves you, because I know they will, go ahead and send a contribution my way. $1, $10,000. I accept them all with love, gratitude, and appreciation. It all gets reinvested into Marissa Moments, so that way we can not only maintain but expand this mission of healing while I heal and mass awakening and reminding you of your divinity. So that's it. All the information and the link will be in the description, so don't forget to click on it and send what you can. Anyway, until next time, happy healing.